Truth be told, my nigga, I know we can get much higher. My edibles is medical, so shout out my supplier. My niggas hit me on the daily, said they lost their lighter. A couple shots and now I'm hot, I feel like I'm on fire. See, I'm just looking for a good time. Some lovely ladies who like good wine, look fine. My eyes so low, a nigga look blind. Yeah, I'm crossfaded, had to combine all that shit. I'm talking weed and lick. I know I'm fucked up cause I just produced a on my fit. And I don't care because the DJ keep on playing them hits. Camo just hit the split shit, even cadence lit. Okay, I probably need to take a break because the room is spinning. My conscience telling me slow down, but fuck it, I don't know.
Alright, man. Welcome to Looking Glass. This is episode 6. This is your boy X at BlackEyes392. Please don't follow me. But hey, you know you like my tweets anyway. This is my co-host Ash. Ash, go ahead.
Oh man, this is Ash, aka Ash the Stampede. I mean, I would say don't follow me, but you probably got snatched up in Twitter rapture recently, so it's whatever.
What should we call this? Like that event? Well, before we talk about that, go ahead, Church. The homie Church.
It's Church. I call for more God. I'm a real human male. All right, I'm a man, a black man. Okay. If anybody has any questions about that, there you go.
What?
The fuck, bro?
I'll tell you later. Ash.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm so lost.
Twitter decided to be Thanos this week and clap half of Black Twitter. That was something else. Them niggas even permanent ban Robin Williams. That shit was fucked up.
I like that nigga been dead for well over a year. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I lost like 40 followers. Shit was kind of sad.
Same.
I just hit 1100.
My follower count has just been steady dropping.
I mean, your tweet's trash anyway, so.
Yeah,
Shut up,
I mean.
bitch.
Whoa!
I'm the one who should be the most sad. I got great tweets.
Man, whatever.
You
just tweet about how you hate
on the
niggas.
podcast?
Say what?
This nigga Church is gonna lie live on the pod. Like, we're not recording.
I
shit.
never lie, bro.
You full of shit. Let's go ahead and hop to the shit. The My Hero Academia movie trailer dropped. It was pretty cool. I liked it. It's really just a run-of-the-mill movie trailer. It's not like anything truly remarkable, but hey, it's cool. My Hero Academia's popularity is rising like meteorically. A lot of people are getting into it. It's started to become, I guess, the new casual anime fan thing. It seems to be following the trail of like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, etc., etc. It's starting to become the one, you know. So, how's everyone's feelings about it? Thoughts, reactions? Go ahead.
Woohoo! I just know I won't be seeing it dubbed. I watch that shit subbed because I can't stand the dubbed version. Fucking Deku on there plus Ultra. Like, nigga, shut up. Like, so yeah. I mean, it looks cool. I'll watch it. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, like, anime movies are great because they have all that budget for animation to like make it better than it already is, and the animation's like great already. So I'm interested to see like just like what All Might does in it, because it's like shows him when he was younger, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So yeah, I mean I'm hyped. I don't know if it's gonna be amazing, but you know it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Man, I really don't got many thoughts on it.
Not really.
Kind of there.
Yeah, like I just want to see a sub. I watched dubbed My Hero Academia on Toonami the other day, and
garbage.
Shoto Ozawa's voice sounds way too energetic for me. Like his voice needs to be monotone, boring as fuck for me.
Yeah,
that nigga truly doesn't give a fuck about anything, or at least sounds like him. This shit's hilarious all the time.
Exactly.
You know? Like when we had to pull those 3 who failed the fucking finals back into the classroom while they were supposed to have that game, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Before they got jumped, that shit was hilarious. So
yeah,
that's pretty much that's my only want. Like I just want to watch the sub. I want to watch it subbed in the movie theater. Like I hope they have different options for people. So that
I think they do. Doesn't the sub version come out before dubbed, or is it the other way around?
But I think it's gonna come out in Japan only, not in the US. Like when
I'm sure they do.
When the Dragon Ball Super movies dropped, we got the English versions, and then Japan got the sub versions.
Gross.
Yeah.
Might have to pirate that then. Ooh.
Pull up.
You promoting
if you want to
piracy
sponsor
on our
us.
professional pod?
No, don't do
Oh,
that.
I mean,
Y'all.
Looking Glass supports the official release, the anime.
Yeah,
Locker.
buy
If
that.
you're looking,
Buy it.
we're here. We will
No
plug your
pirating,
shit,
kids.
okay?
It's bad. That's
Hey,
illegal.
man. Hey, if Pornhub can get away with it, so can we.
Pornhub.
What? They're fucking tube site, bro. I'm just saying.
All right,
All right,
Henny.
let's just go and move on.
Henny Wildin', man.
I stay on brand. I'm consistent. All right, let's go ahead and get to the next topic. Star Trek 4 loses both Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth. Pine played James T. Kirk. Hemsworth played his father. Both stars had pre-existing deals with the studio. I think it's Paramount. And the studio wanted to walk back on it to reel in the budget. Mind you, Star Trek 3 did $343 million in revenue with a $185 million budget. So go ahead. What's everybody's thoughts on it? Let's start with Church.
I mean, it's kind of dead. I mean, like, how do you lose these two actors like that? I mean, like, Chris Pine was like the foundation for it. So how do you not fork up the cash to make sure that they're still here? Like, this is the weirdest movie story I've seen in a minute. Like, imagine like an MCU movie losing like their lead because they didn't want to pay him enough. That's so wild to me. Like, how does that even happen? I mean, like, that's crazy.
I'm just like, okay. I feel like they should have at least prepared if it's a money issues, because they can projecting what the first Star Trek movie made. They're like, okay, here's what we're working with, and I mean, I just feel like they should have prepared for it. They know the movies they're not doing great, but they're not doing bad. They're just kind of like,
Yeah, they have their niche fan base.
Exactly.
They're not doing it anywhere near bad. They're just not doing like Star Wars.
Exactly. So I'm just like, they kind of knew going into this, and all I can say is, what my mother tells me: stay in your budget. Pretty much, like, stay in your budget. So,
but you've lost all of the reason why people would even want to see these movies.
Exactly. Because you couldn't stay in your budget. That's pretty much what it was. Like,
no one's going to see these movies for Zachary Quinto or Zoe Saldana. No one's going to see them shit.
Yeah.
Like, you got Steve Trevor and Thor. Those are the faces. You got two of the how many fucking Chris's in Hollywood, maybe the two most famous, and you somehow managed to fumble the bag on both of them.
The only thing's making you money is really them.
Yeah,
exactly. And then we're talking about
like that's that studio's only franchise.
I'm just like, just hang it up.
Hang it up.
Exactly.
Just call it quits.
It's over, Chief.
Like, call it a day.
You can't pull what Marvel did with fucking Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard. You can't just pull that shit with the star leading roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if they recasted Robert Downey Jr.
Nope.
See, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't fucking work.
It wouldn't work anyway. I mean, who's really gonna miss Star Trek movies?
I'm not.
Me neither. So
they're okay, but I mean,
they're not bad movies. They're just not.
Yeah,
great.
They're well made.
Like, they're all the three of them so far. All three of them have been pretty good. With like number 2 being the kind of low point because Benedict Cumberbatch is really boring.
I'm just saying they knew what they were sitting at. They knew how much money they were bringing in. Hey, they fucked themselves over on that one. If you can't pay them, you can't pay them. Just call it a day.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the D side of stuff. In DC Comics news this week, literally last night, Batman White Knight 2 was confirmed on Twitter by Sean Gordon Murphy, the writer of the first one. White Knight, the original White Knight story, was an alternate Earth in which Joker was cured of his insanity and then aims to rid Gotham of corruption, and he now views Batman as its greatest villain. The White Knight original ended with Joker returning back into his insanity and Gotham being visibly shaken. It was very successful, with sales exceeding expectations in several issues, receiving multiple reprints. I think the first issue got 4, the second issue got 3, and a couple of those got seconds. So, how's everybody feeling about it? I'm going to go ahead and go first because this is a Batman story.
Yep.
makes
Batman
sense.
White Knight was not. It wasn't bad. It was very, if this makes sense, very white liberal shit. If it makes sense, like
It makes sense.
like that's my biggest critique of it. Like, it itself is not a bad story. It's actually pretty decently good, but like it reads like a bunch of white liberal nonsense. And like very clear in the story, Joker uses Duke and Backport to further his goals. So like, I don't feel like we need the story, but I'm not necessarily mad it's happening. But hey, teach their own. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ash.
I mean, I didn't read the first one, so
Neither did I.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to add to that, so I don't know.
Yeah, like okay, it's a
Right.
it's
Insert the Waka Flocka again.
Yeah, just like honestly, the title alone gave me an idea of what to expect. Like whenever I see White Knight now, I'm like, in anything, I'm like, ooh, that's probably not good. And this is another example of that. I'm sure it's not that bad though, but it's just like okay,
Right.
all right. Hope
I've had
people who
tell
do
me
like
to read
it,
and I'm
like
just
this.
like, White Knight? That doesn't sounds like something that would pique my interest, so I'm good on that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on then. Anybody read anything this week particularly interesting? On my side, Batman and Justice League were interesting, but nothing really too crazy. Like, Batman Returns is literally his first costume, and in Justice League, I think the Earth became a White Lantern or some shit like that.
Yeah. I would say for me, Batman 53 was amazing. Just like, you know, Bruce is really broken. I mean, he's like really, really broken.
Bane
and
destroyed this nigga.
Yeah, and just seeing him like going through like a bunch of hoops just to make Batman, like his alter ego, seem guilty for this is just it's a really good study. And I tweeted, I was like, it reminds me of a certain movie, but I don't want to say what movie it is.
Go ahead and say it.
And people know.
Nah,
But anyway,
Go ahead. This is a safe space.
This is some of the stuff that was in BBS, and this is just like with Superman stuff in his own run.
Talk about
before Bendis got on it, like just like the PTSD, the unsure, like being unsure of the stuff you're doing, and the hyper violence that Batman is showing. Those are things that were discussed in that, even though it was like taken to a really high thing. But yeah, Batman 53 was great. And then the only other book that really stuck with me this week was Spider-Geddon, the Spider-Punk issue. Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. Yeah, it was just.
Was that the one where Christopher Priest wrote it?
I don't think so. I think it was who was it? I couldn't even tell you, bro. Jed McKay. Yeah, that's who did it. Shout out to him. Yeah, this book was dope though. Like it was weird. I haven't really read too much on Spider-Punk, even though I'm a big Spider-Man fan, and just like seeing this alternate Earth where everyone's just like a rebel is pretty funny. It's kind of cringy sometimes, but it was funny. It was good. So those are only 2 books for me.
I mean, in Batman, it was really cool to see. Like, I really like this arc's deconstruction of the character of Batman. Like, it's an exercise in the duality of man, where Bruce can kind of separate himself from Batman, and now I think he finally, with the recent loss of Selina, that he finally realizes how miserable he is, and that and him being that sad has affected him, and now he's breaking down what Batman is, the mistakes he's made, etc., etc. And I think everyone knows that this is ending with Dick turning back the Batmantle. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to get there, because I'm sure everybody knows that's where we're going at this point.
Feels like it, yeah, for sure.
And hopefully them leaks a couple of weeks ago were not true about Dick getting a robotic arm. Because please, God, I'm
what is this, a manga? What does he need that for?
I'm sick of fucking Dan Didio. I'm sick of Didio.
You only give robot arms to people in comics when they're killers or something. Deadshot, when Arsenal got hit or Roy got his, he was on something. And everybody who gets a robot arm, that means they're killing people. It seems like
Soldier is the prime fucking example.
Yeah. Facts. Like,
listen, Dan Didio, if you're listening to this, bro.
Which you are. We know you are.
Yo, you owe us a fade, G. I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart. You owe us a fade.
I'm gonna get a robotic arm.
Well, somebody dying then.
Yeah. You already know.
I heard. Let's go into the DC movie news. So there's been some conflicting reports this week about Hal Jordan's casting. It's been reported that Tom Cruise and Mark Wahlberg have been rumored for the roles, with the Justice League producer wanting Mark Wahlberg. However, in the same article, it says that producer really doesn't have any more power in DC. So Tom Cruise is reportedly the front runner.
Gross.
So I'm just gonna say this. I'm quite indifferent on it. I don't like Hal Jordan. I think he is the worst Earth Lantern. But if Mark Wahlberg, who was convicted of a hate crime, ends up getting the role, I'm going to make a lot of MAGA jokes. Like, you might as well. If you like Hal Jordan, Terrence, this is for you. If you like Hal Jordan,
Hal Jordan's my favorite DC hero, bro. So
Church, you better block me now, bro.
I'm gonna be right there with you. So
what's your opinion? What's your
opinion? I think Tom Cruise is fun. Like that. Yeah, it's weird, right? Because he's older, but I mean, he kind of doesn't age. Like, it's weird. Tom Cruise is a weird. A little bit of makeup will make him look even younger. Like I feel like
the casting.
Go ahead.
They want an older Hal Jordan anyway, so it works even if he does look older.
But yeah, like I'm kind of right there with you. Like I'm indifferent on. I feel like you could get me on board, but like I kind of do want some sort of unknown guy or just like a lesser known guy. But at the same time, none of this could be true because they were trying to push this like years ago. Mm-hmm. I think with that. So I don't know. If it happens, okay. Like I'm gonna try to give everything a chance, but it wouldn't be my first choice. He's more fit for something on the street where, Tom Cruise can show his stunt prowess. That's what he likes to do.
That's what he likes
you're going to have him in a suit in space. And like, that's not, I don't see Tom Cruise there. But, you got the Top Gun, the pilot joint. It might be cool. They could make a few references,
That's just gonna be hella Top Gun references.
I don't. When I think of Hal Jordan, I do not see Tom Cruise, nor do I see Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg needs to sit his old racist ass down somewhere anyway, and I guess Tom Cruise needs to go like do some Scientology shit because I'm just.
Just keep making Mission Impossible.
Exactly, like go away.
Oh no, the last one was hard. That's why I'm saying it.
Whatever. I mean, like Church said, give an unknown or a lesser known actor a chance to do this because when I think Hal Jordan, I just don't see either one at all.
Just go get Armie Hammer and then get Trevante Rhodes for John. I preached this for like 2 years straight. Get it over with.
I'll say that,
I'm more concerned.
Who's buddy ass who voices Hal Jordan in the Justice League animated movies?
Nathan Fillion?
Yeah, get him.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could see that.
He's a bit older too.
Yeah.
At least we know his voice.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Get him. He's one of the few voice actors that looks the part. So might as well.
Yeah. I want to know who would they cast for Jon Stewart.
You said Trevante Rhodes, right? Right, Church?
That's who I want.
That's buddy ass from.
They brought it up to him before. And he said he'd do it.
From where?
From Moonlight. Right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, get him. That's a great idea. As long as it's not fucking Tyrese, I'm okay with this.
Hell no.
His ass will be threatening the Rock.
Oh, man.
His milk dud face ass, like, no.
Oddly enough, Ray Fisher would have been a dope John.
Yeah.
But he's Cyborg, so yeah, he would have been great.
Yeah, that's the truth. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on into the next thing. The Batman is confirmed to finally begin filming in spring of 2019. Affleck is listed as a producer, while Jeff Johns, my bad, everybody. Jeff Johns and his new banner Mad Ghost is also listed as producers, with Matt Reeves, who was the director, listed as the sole writer. What's everybody's thoughts about this? There's been a lot of hype around this movie for a long time. So, what's everyone's thought process about this?
Weren't they talking about Ben Affleck or him not knowing if he wants to like be Batman anymore? It just sounds like he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Nobody literally knows anything about it. It's the weirdest situation.
Well, he needs to come on. Either you want to do it or you don't. Like,
this is how I
have no problem with him producing it, but are you gonna be in the movie, my nigga, or not? Like,
I need to know this.
That's valid. This is how I feel about it. Like, a lot of this shit in general is just a lot of unfounded rumors. Like when this shit originally started, it's been like a lot of unfounded bullshit. I want to say last San Diego Comic-Con, maybe, that they asked him about this, and he said flat out on stage, "I'm fucking excited to be a part of it." And while I do think there's maybe some, forgot the word I'm looking for, but there's some trepidation of him playing the role again. I feel like he was supposed to direct the movie, and now he's producing it. Like he was originally supposed to direct and star in the movie. So I know if he was willing to take something like that huge of an undertaking, something that takes that a lot of stress on you, then I'm not gonna say he's gonna fucking leave the role. You know, now with the different reports and what we said a couple weeks about it, later saying that there might be another Batman in the movie, like an older Ben Affleck being Bruce Wayne, there's a younger Bruce Wayne. It'll be kind of like a dual story. I would be excited about that. I'll be very excited about that. But I don't think he's leaving the role. I really don't. The studio's been very coy about it, and if they really wanted to say some shit like we don't want this nigga here anymore, they would have said it by now.
True.
Maybe. I just know it's been going on for a long time and it's exhausting because I'm like a really big fan of his portrayal. So like I just need to know, and thankfully, if we have its film date, we'll finally know.
Yeah,
we'll finally know.
Yeah, it starts principal photography literally spring next year. So,
yeah, okay. So I'm ready to move past this chapter and figure out where this universe is going, because Batman's an important character, just like Superman, you know. So I need to have their futures sorted out so I can calm down.
Oh, definitely. I feel like a lot of this is just, like, this happens a lot where like any small thing in the DC film universe, I think they're calling it the worlds of DC now. Any small thing in it is amplified to huge levels, like when Suicide Squad did reshoots or Justice League did reshoots.
Yeah.
Every fucking publication did an article about it saying, oh, they're not confident, et cetera, et cetera. Fucking Deadpool 2 did reshoots and no one reported that shit. No one said a goddamn thing besides like surface level tweets. And you can see the bias in people. So when these articles pop up of Batman's actor saying rumors saying that he doesn't want to play the role or he doesn't want to do this, et cetera, I see why it's amplified this much, because like I said weeks ago on my rant, it's cool to fucking hate DC. It's cool to like pray on the downfall. Word to T Grizzly. Like this shit's weird.
You gotta ask them if do y'all really? It's almost like you want them gone. Yeah. Like it's like it's what it seems like sometimes. Like they're trying to get them out of here.
Like people gotta realize, like a win for DC is a win for Marvel. Like any more eyes on superhero movies is a great thing for both companies and even smaller companies. Like the fucking Hellboy movie is still in production. Like that's really great for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, with David Harbour.
Yeah. They've been tweeting out like the dude in full Hellboy gear. So yeah. Like as much as I don't particularly care for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it brings a lot of eyes to the genre and it keeps the genre going. Without the MCU, we would have probably got something like Batman vs Superman, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Competition is good, so we need it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, with Ben, it's still just wait and see. I'm feeling more confident as time goes on, but I've known like that's bit me before, so I'm just keeping quiet on it until we find out for sure.
Yeah.
If anything, I want to know who's the villain of the movie, because it was reported to be Deathstroke. with John.
I doubt it.
Joe, wherever the fuck his name.
Joe Manganiello.
He's dating fucking Sofia Vergara. I know that. But,
shout out him.
Hey,
facts, man.
Salute to God. But he was supposed to be the villain of the movie, but now there was reports that he's getting his own movie. So it kind of cast in doubt if he's going to be the villain of the Batman movie. I just want to know who's the villain of the movie. That's pretty much my pressing concern because I honestly don't think Ben Affleck is leaving him behind this giant of a bag, you know?
Yeah, like, I feel that.
You do anything with Batman, you getting paid. Like, ask Tom King about that shit.
Yeah.
True. I think that's why the microscope is on it like it is because it's fucking Batman.
Yeah,
like,
it's Batman.
Yeah.
Like no disrespect, no cap. Batman's arguably the greatest character in comic book history.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah.
I can't even deny it.
I can't even deny that. I can't argue that down. You are absolutely correct.
Like, the man has thousands of stories, et cetera, et cetera. So I get why the microscope's under it. Like, Henry, like, no one's talking about this shit with Superman. No disrespect to Superman.
Because it's not real.
Yeah.
I think that's all started by people who don't want Henry in there. That's what I've determined. Those rumors about him leaving.
Bro, I do not get people's beef with Henry Cavill with Superman. I don't get that shit.
They're trying to go back in time to Reeves, bro. Let it go. Just let it go.
Bro, don't nobody want no corny ass Superman, bro.
Just let it go, man.
That nigga dead. He dead.
Yeah, like they're just leave it. Yeah, just leave it. God.
Leave him in the past. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Marvel shit. So, Marvel Comics this week, news came out that next month there's going to be an issue of Champions. Champions is kind of Marvel's Teen Titans, kind of. They used to have the Young Avengers, but now it's Champions. Champions features Miss Marvel, Nova, Miles Morales as Spider-Man, Amadeus Cho, Ironheart. They're the young heroes of the Marvel Universe. They're in a group called Champions. And in Champions 24, they'll be tackling gun violence, specifically school shootings. And Miles Morales is to be the central character of that particular issue, which I'm excited for because Miles Morales doesn't have a fucking book announced. We're nearly in September, and he still doesn't have a book announced. Akira, I'm looking at you, nigga.
Get Priest, bro.
Not even, bro. Put Brian Edward Hill on it. Like, no, get me wrong.
Yeah.
Priest is fire. I would love Priest on Miles Morales, but get Brian Edward Hill. His fucking annual was fire. You might as well continue the shit.
Yeah. The only other person that I've seen handle black characters well is, oddly enough, Nick Spencer, which is the weirdest thing in the world to me. Because, like, he wrote Sam so well in his own book that I'd be like, would I give him another shot on another book?
Bro, they didn't even go on Twitter and say a bunch of dumb shit. Like, what the fuck?
No. He's just the king of different perspectives, I guess. I don't know. That's but yeah, that should be, I wonder how they got to be real careful about that gun violence stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It could be extremely cringy and just all around just a mess.
And it could easily be misconstrued too. They gotta be really careful.
It can backfire. I don't know.
Misconstrued.
People can take the wrong message from shit really easily.
Yeah, it all depends on how they portray it, I guess.
I'm just like, if it's about gun violence and school shootings, who would misconstrue that, or who would have any objections to that?
Be surprised.
Ask Alex Jones.
Yeah, like concern. I know it's gonna be like a liberal book, and that's obviously what I want. I just hope, because sometimes when we deal with like liberal stuff, like the people who write it, they'll just go to a place where it's not supposed to be, and then like, you missed the
they'll highlight the other side of the argument, and the other side of the argument doesn't need fucking highlighted because it's flat out wrong.
Yeah, like it's all about not going far enough. So I hope they need to be right on the nose with it. Like, I don't care, like, be right on the nose with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, if I've learned anything from politics in the last couple of years, it's you cannot have enough faith in people anymore that if you give them all the facts, they'll come to the right conclusion. Because the motherfuckers will straight up ignore the facts. So you gotta give them all the facts, along with telling them what the fuck they should think.
Yeah, I don't want one of the characters being like, well, listen, maybe the teacher should just, be better at defending or something. Or,
Oh, gosh.
Or
let's harm the teacher.
No. What about black on black violence? Like that's what I'm talking about.
I pray to God we do not hear what about Chicago on that issue.
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like I don't want to see none of that. I need an echo chamber on this book. All right.
I hope it makes people uncomfortable.
Me too.
That's what I hope.
Yeah, that's the idea.
It's like, and this book is geared towards young people, so it should have the proper message. I hope it has the proper message. I hope they're not tone deaf enough to think that highlighting an Iranian side is a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed that's not bad, especially because Miles is starring and that's my boy.
Yeah. Oh, they do got to be careful about that. Doesn't that that Into the Spider-Verse movie drop in December?
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be careful.
You have to be really careful with that shit.
Yeah.
That's why they're not giving him his own book.
Bro, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
Here's what they want to do. They want that movie to introduce a version of Miles that the audience likes, and then they're gonna make a book where Miles is more like his movie character than his comic character.
I can see the.
I see the plot. I see you, Marvel. I see the plot.
Fuck. I'm so glad I didn't think of this before. Fuck.
Gross.
Oh shit, that's gonna happen.
It is.
It is, man. At least he got a different haircut. Hopefully they bring that in the comics. I'm tired of every black character having just the shortest hair possible. Like they act like we can't have different hairstyles.
Yeah. It's either dreads or a fade. Nothing else.
Yeah, even T'Challa's ass got the same fucking haircut as everybody else.
Exactly. I was reading Spider-Punk and Hobie had he actually had a different cut. Like I was like, okay, this is good. I'm like, okay, Spider-Punk, I see you, bro. You don't just have waves. No, not even waves. They can't even draw that. Unless it's Norman Osborn. Then you got waves.
All right, let's go and just get into the next topic because we can't top niggas without waves. So, Dead Man Logan was announced. This is a 12-issue limited series. It's going to focus on the very last adventure of Old Man Logan, who was put into the main Marvel universe after Secret Wars, and reportedly it's going to be about Old Man Logan going after Magneto for his last hurrah.
I thought it was Mysterio.
Well, in the original Old Man Logan story, Mysterio was the one kind of responsible for him killing all the X-Men, but Magneto was a bigger part of that cabal of villains that took over the United States.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'll be quiet.
No, you was right. You were good. So he's going after Magneto. I'm guessing them niggas was never cool in his universe. They never really elaborated on it in the original Old Man Logan storyline. I was gonna say I called he was dying 6 months ago, 6 to 8 months ago when niggas started not healing properly anymore. So, I mean, how the fuck can I go after Magneto, bro? Magneto will wash healthy Logan. So I really want to know how they're gonna kind of sell me that Old Man Logan can possibly go after Magneto, or is this gonna be like that type of shit where Magneto puts down the old dog? Which
I hope so. It's about time. Take him behind the shed, bro. Get him out of here. We're good. We're good on Old Man Logan.
And open it, and it's just gonna be he's dead. It's gonna be one page. He's dead.
Make it sad. Make it great. I don't even just get him out of here, bro. It's time. It's time. This is like Dark Knight Returns or whatever. It's just old Batman. Just get him out of here, man.
I'll keep it a buck. His book's been pretty decent, but what's the fucking point of it?
There is not, bro.
Yeah, you got money. You got X-23 being Wolverine, and then while she was Wolverine, this old motherfucker took all the spots on all the teams she should have been on. So yeah, kill this nigga off. Send that nigga to the sun. I don't care. I mean, the current Wolverine's coming back anyway with hot claws anyway. So it don't really fucking matter at the end of the day.
What did you say?
Bro, okay, current 616 Marvel Universe Wolverine is coming back to life anyway. This nigga has hot claws. I'm not even kidding. That's not even a joke.
He's got hot claws?
Hot claws.
He is coming back with claws that heat up.
Okay.
Wait, y'all never heard this yet? This was for a couple months ago.
For that church, because I was just... Sorry.
I think I must have just tuned it out. It's too ridiculous.
Hot claws.
Hot claws. Okay.
Hot claws. That is.
How does he do that? Is he Bakugo or something? Like, is he Todoroki? How does he do that exactly? You know, having one element in you is enough, right? I don't get it,
bro. I don't fucking know.
Like a heater in his hand,
right? Does he got hot hands in his hands all the time, or?
Man, he's already musty, so I know they just gonna stink.
Chill on Wolverine, bro.
Okay.
If Ken was here, he'd call him a fucking a snow midget or some shit like that.
Snow monkey.
Snow monkey.
There we go.
Yeah, snow monkey. A stinky snow monkey, man.
Musty snow monkey with hot claws.
That's the title of the fucking episode.
What, hot claws?
Wolverine, a musty snow monkey with hot claws.
Yeah.
Let me write that down right now.
Why does that remind me of that episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs and that fish was going back and forth, and he was talking about his big meaty claws?
Oh yeah.
Baggies. The best episode of SpongeBob history. Oh fuck. Oh, it's the greatest fucking episode. Holy shit. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. The Uncanny X-Men #1 cover was released. It features Bishop right in the front and center, along with Nightcrawler, Psylocke in her white Caucasian body again, Storm, Jean Grey, X-23, Beast, Iceman, Jubilee, and Cannonball. How's everybody feel about that? I'm gonna go first, only because I think I'm the only one here who reads X-Men Red.
I read it.
Oh, then go ahead first. Never mind.
Nah, you go. I want you to go, Henny.
Because I figured Tom Taylor was gonna write it because he's writing X-Men Red with the return of Jean Grey, along with him writing X-23, which is very critically acclaimed. So I thought he would write it. I'm kind of surprised that he's not, and I'm kind of this roster is weird as fuck. Like no disrespect. What the fuck is Jubilee here for?
I was gonna ask that. What is she here for? What is Bishop here for? What is anybody here for?
Bishop's ass been a villain for almost a decade now? The fuck's he here for? Why is Psylocke white again?
Well, X-Men nowadays can't go on very long without something going bad creatively. It's just like that roster's weird, man.
It's not even bad. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, it's really strange.
And it's really weird on the heels of them having a pretty decent couple of years with X-Men books. X-Men Blue was kind of mid. X-Men Go was above average, but X-Men Red has been really fucking good, along with X-23. Well, X-23,
yeah, exactly,
and all new Wolverine. So it's fucking weird to have this weird ass roster after all this shit, especially when Cannonball's ass wasn't even on the fucking team. Neither was Jubilee. What the fuck? The more I read this shit, I'm getting legitimately upset. What the fuck are they here for, bro?
I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. That's the best we can do.
I'm gonna laugh if it's garbage.
I'm sure we'll be.
I'm gonna be pissed. But it's the X-Men Uncanny X-Men. I'm sorry, folks. Uncanny X-Men set to be chapter 1 in a 10-part disassembled storyline. So these niggas about to fucking do what was that Avengers storyline from last year?
Which one, man?
That's fair.
Which one? Honestly,
no surrender. It's about to be X-Men No Surrender, pretty much. So I don't know what the fuck's the point of this. I don't know.
I don't either.
All right, fuck it. I'm moving on because the more I look at this shit, the more angry I get.
It's fair.
All right,
relax.
No, I'm legitimately angry about this shit now. Fuck.
You'll be alright, nigga. Damn.
All right, you go. All right. In weirder news from Marvel Comics, Thanos' Black Order is getting a series. Announced this
I didn't know. Hold up, Henny. I'm sorry. I didn't know where you were going with that for a minute. All I heard was Thanos is black. That's.
Me too.
I was so confused. I was like, they changed somebody else's race? Because it was the Psylocke thing. I was still in that mindset. I was like, wait a minute.
Now.
I mean, his
Thanos
name,
could be walking around with the fuckboy haircut and the
his
earring.
real name.
Go.
What is it? What is it again? His real name?
The name his mom was gonna name was like Dion or some shit.
Dion. I mean, sorry about that, Henny. You go ahead, bro.
No, you good, bro. Thanos' Black Order is getting a series. So Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, Super Giant, whatever the fuck the rest of their names is, they're all getting a whole book just for them. And I just want to know, once again, how the fuck are the Black Order, who got bitched in Infinity War, is getting a book, and Miles still doesn't have a fucking book. And we are nearly in September.
Nigga. Money.
They like everything black but their characters. It's a Terrence tweet right there. Let's go. But yeah, Henny, you're right. I don't... this is a movie thing. This is a movie thing.
It has to be a movie thing.
Like, I mean, you can smell it. It stinks.
Cash
it's
grab.
a movie thing.
Exactly. Cash grab. Which I don't know how this is a movie thing, and they all look like some hoes in Infinity War.
Exactly. It's just... I'll read it for Corvus.
I'm not reading. You a better person than me. I ain't reading shit.
I gotta read it to slander it, so...
Ain't Terrence reading it too?
Oh, of course he is. Of course he is.
You know Terrence reading this for Ebony.
If it's mid, he's reading
it. Oh, shit. The Lamborghini is on fucking point tonight. All right.
Hey.
Let's go ahead and move on to the TV shit. So, TV side of Marvel this week, Punisher Season 2 is finally done filming. Series star Jason R. Moore, who plays Curtis in the show, confirmed it via an Instagram post. So, how's everybody feeling about it? I know Punisher was a very critically acclaimed Season 1. I watched it myself, and I was thoroughly surprised about
how
I
liked it. I'm excited for Season 2, so yay.
Like, if you're into very hyper-violent shit, Punisher's for you. This shit,
but it was so much deeper than that, like, which is the most surprising thing, because I thought Frank was just going to be an ape, this whole season, but yeah, there was like a lot of emotional depth, and the characters around them were, I mean, just how they tackle PTSD, the way they did it, it wasn't, because it wasn't so like preachy, I guess, because there's a tendency to do that whenever you incorporate the military, like. It wasn't preachy. It was just showing the nasty underbelly of like the aftermath of war and all that without doing all that. So like Punisher Season 1 sort of reclaims some of the glory that was lost in the Netflix MCU with some of the recent installments. So I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped to see where the story it goes. For real.
And plus, if you need your violence fix, there you go. Because I know some of you out there like to see people get their ass beat in a very violent way. So, and I'm one of those people. So I recommend go watch it and watch Season 2.
Yeah, like as someone who holds Daredevil Season 1 up in very high regard, Punisher Season 1 was just as good as Daredevil Season 1. And
it felt like that. Yeah.
Daredevil Season 1 like fucking maintain the feeling. Like, that was the first season out of all the Netflix shows to drop, and that's the first time I've seen a whole timeline agree on a fucking show.
Sigh, yeah.
Like, and then,
I have conflicting views, but yeah.
Like season two wasn't as good, but was still pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But
like,
the rest of the timeline does not like Jessica Jones.
Why? That's my favorite.
I love Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones season
1 of Jessica Jones.
I liked it.
I don't care what nobody says. That was fire. I agree. Loved it.
I agree too. And Luke Coon season 1 and 2 is very.
2 is of Luke Cage is good to me.
I still haven't watched that shit. I'm scarred from all the screenshots from Twitter.
The
dab was bad, but it makes sense why he did it. He's corny. Like, he doesn't know what the kids like. There's a point to it.
It's the dab, and then like Buddy Ass said, "You went Eric Benet." Never that. I was like, bro.
I think my mind just didn't register that moment. Honest, like I got that ability, I'm gonna just tune out really bad things.
Man, that shit was terrible.
I couldn't do it.
I'm like, how do you awkwardly dab? Like, it's a dab. Like, you just.
It's really
how does one manage to do that?
He hit a catchphrase before he did it too. I was like, oh my god.
Did he say "Sweet Christmas" to dab?
I don't remember what he said. He's like, come get me. I was like, oh no.
Oh my
What did he say? He said Harlem is his city or some shit like that.
Yeah,
He's
it was
like, come
something
get
like
me.
that. Because
Hit
his
the
friend
dab.
was filming it. Because his friend tries to sell off his like him as like a brand. Is trying to turn him into a brand, which is cool.
But the brand is not broke, nigga.
Yeah, not with that dab.
And then you get Iron Fist. Oh fuck, Iron Fist was so bad.
I'm hyped for 2 though. I'm cautiously optimistic about 2.
You are a way better person than me, nigga.
Bro, he was good in season 2 of Luke Cage, bro. You gotta watch.
All right.
Where's Jason at so we can slander Iron Fist?
Like, let me tell me my fucking Iron Fist story, right? So Iron Fist, I want to say premiered March 10th, March 11th, something like that, like a year and a half ago, right? I had shoulder surgery on March 10th, and I was fucked up off hydrocodone, high as shit at like 2 o'clock in the morning when it came on. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, fuck it, I'll watch it, bro. Even high and completely out of my fucking mind, I hated that fucking show.
It was bad. It was bad.
You had shoulder surgery?
Yeah.
Were you cooking too much?
I was gonna say you got bad rotator cuffs. What you got going on?
I had
you 80-something years old.
I had a torn labrum. I have no idea how I tore my labrum, but I had.
You was in the kitchen too much cooking, man.
Man, I know them lunch lady arms.
Yeah, it was working.
Whoa! Chill on me, bro. Chill on me. Fuck.
But yeah, that says something. If when you're intoxicated, you still can't find any enjoyment in the season.
Like, the weirdest part about like the 2 ones that stood out, the 2 moments that stood out, or 3 really, was the first one was like he meets Colleen, then automatically assumes she speaks Chinese.
Colleen was the best character.
She was
easily.
Yeah.
The second one was when this motherfucker went to his old parents' building or his fucking building and did a backflip over a car for no apparent reason. Like, he just did it in the street, looked back awkwardly, then ran off. Shit was weird.
I'm just thinking about when he smashed, bro. That whole scene was awkward.
And then fucking episode 2, the fucking twins, the brother and sister duo, I forgot the fucking name. They tried to get him clapped. By episode 5, these niggas was cool. No. Like, no.
No.
They tried to kill you 72 hours before, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, it's that meditation, bro. You gotta forgive.
I'm from Chicago, bro. We hold grudges.
I feel that.
I'm from Chicago, bro. We hold grudges. Shut your
ass up. Get back to the fields.
It's raining outside, so I'm not needed.
Let's move on before I start heating ash.
What?
What? You came at me first. The fuck?
I sure did. I'm sorry.
I sure did.
All right, let's move on, bro. All right. The film side of Marvel, finally, Disney finally issued the final verdict on James Gunn. They're reaffirming their decision with not keeping him on as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And it came after a meeting with studio chairman Alan Horn and Gunn. Horn took the meeting reportedly as a courtesy to Gunn, and Kevin Feige?
Yeah.
Kevin Feige was rumored to want Gunn back, but he stands by the decision. But the funniest part about this shit is Batista is still trying to find new ways to fumble the bag. This motherfucker tweeted out along with the link, thanks at Disney, Making America Great Again, with a link to the article. He is trying to go back to the projects. Like, he is trying really fucking hard to go back to the Robert Taylor homes, bro. Like, why would you try this hard to fumble the bag? Why?
I don't know, man. And the funniest thing is like the comments that he gets when he tweets this stuff. Like that MCU, that stan base, man, they will die for this. I mean, they will die for this, and it's all in all just such a weird situation. It's almost like we're living in a simulation, you know. Like
I agree.
I am ready to be done with it, and they made their decision, and people think that Feige's like, you know, like for all we know, Feige could have supported this. Like maybe he wanted him back, but he could have supported the decision. Like it might not be just I'm just gonna be the company man. It's like we don't. But none of that matters. Like Gunn is gone. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Batista's the only one that's still talking now, and that tells you everything you need to know. The cast said all their words they wanted to. Now they're back getting the money because they know, look, this is a role that's huge for us, so we're not gonna stop. Batista's the only one pushing it.
They are smart enough to not keep pushing it, especially with all of but two of them dead in the story.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mean, if they were really smart, they shouldn't have said anything at all.
Exactly.
They should have denounced it. Statement. But I mean, hey, it amazes me at what length people will go to defend such shitty behavior.
Just for things they like.
Yes, exactly. And I don't know. And Batista, he just needs to shut the fuck up. Like, quite honestly, I hope they get rid of him so he can go back to being broke and quiet. So, hey, why is the hill you're willing to die on? Like, why this? Out of all the hills out there to die on, you want to die on this one in the name of loyalty? Nigga, just no. Like, how are you going to be loyal to someone that was going to catch a predator parties dressed as a priest? Like, that is that's a bad look. That is a bad look. So it is what it is. I hope he's out here jobless for being a goofy.
Yeah, that's
a good way to end that.
Yeah. But the biggest debate of the week, we are going to have an honest conversation of Black Panther. Does anybody want to start?
Okay, let's let Ash go first.
Me?
You going first.
I'm just gonna say this. Warning: if any of you are prone to being butthurt about shit like that, just cut us off now. Just cut it off now, because I don't want to hear you bitching about it later, to be quite honest. So, yeah, I don't even know where to start with Black Panther. I really don't. Because there's so many different ways you can approach it. Just looking at it, I guess, movie-wise, I'm like, how did you have a better Black Panther storyline in an Avengers movie and not your own movie? Like, Black Panther story-wise was kind of boring to me. It just was. I'm just like, nigga, this is dumb. Like, where's the fighting? I wasn't excited for it. And then outside of that, looking at it, I can appreciate what it did for the culture, for Black people. Black people were excited for it. Blah, blah, blah. Wakanda this, Wakanda that. Okay, cool. It's been months since this movie has dropped. Why, on God's green earth, are we still calling everything Black related Wakanda? Stop. We never should have gave you niggas Black Panther at all. Period. Like, you take it, you run it into the ground, and it's getting annoying. And then you have the people that, when you don't agree or you don't like Black Panther, they're like, oh, you're against, I don't know, Black progress or some shit like that. It's dumb. Like, I can appreciate it, but at the same time, it's getting annoying. And then on top of that, you still got the people asking, we need more Black representation in comic books, or we need more Black representation in Black comic book movies. But you don't want to go out and support the comics so that can happen. And people just don't seem to get that. And especially Black people, like, I'm sorry, like, if you want to see that, you're just going to have to bite the bullet and go out and support. Like, this thing does not happen overnight. And if you want to argue accessibility, fine, cool, whatever. But if you have the time and the resources to sit up on Twitter and tweet about it and talk about it, then you have the time and resources to go and buy and read these types of things. So, yeah, Black Panther is just one of those weird phenomenon to me. So, That's how I'm feeling. I'm sorry, I just went on a rant, but that's how I feel.
That's what this is for.
That's really the whole point of this. Go ahead, Church.
See, I love Black Panther. I mean, I think all the way up until the final fight, which is kind of, the ending was dope, but just like the fight was kind of like that was a weird choice, but okay. I think in a vacuum, this movie's amazing, but I think all of us before this movie came out, we knew exactly what it would do culture-wise. There was going to be great things to come from it, and then there's going to be really bad, annoying things to come from it. And so I think the annoying things, like, makes us sometimes, like, dislike the film, because I'm guilty of it, too, sometimes. Like, when there's something that's just annoying, like My Hero Academia, for example. When there's, like, an annoying culture around it, I'm going to start slandering it, even though I like it, because it's just annoying. So, with Black Panther, I think the movie was great. I think it was one of the most consistent movies Marvel's put out in a minute. Like, tone-wise, it was different. It was able to hit on a bunch of different feelings and on real subjects. And, so for me, I really like it. I still really like it. But it still has that negative. There's still some flaws with the CGI, fight scenes. The plot was kind of like, it was okay. And it was almost like T'Challa was like a different character than he was in Civil War. And I don't know if that's just because in Civil War he was angry because of he losing his dad. But I feel like this man, Killmonger, was, jeopardizing everyone.
Yeah.
So I feel like he didn't come at Killmonger with that same energy. Because, Bucky, he was like, I'm killing him. He's dying. Oh, yeah. And he was fighting.
I'm coming for your head, nigga. Like,
so I think this movie was just, I think this is not so much of a test, but I think Ryan Coogler in the next two films is going to get into his bag a bit more and make them more what we're looking for in a Black Panther movie.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that for the most part. I think my criticisms about Panther is, I think the movie itself is great. It's easily top 5 MCU movies. I don't think anybody's questioning that. However, them taking this to corny level, and by they, I mean niggas. I'm looking directly at y'all, niggas, who took this to astronomically corny levels. And this isn't Black Panther's correctly fault, but motherfuckers who went to Infinity War after Panther and was like, I didn't understand what was going on. Why couldn't this be a standalone like Black Panther? Motherfucker, Black Panther was a solo movie. Infinity War is literally 20 movies in the fucking making. They don't make any fucking sense. Like, it's not a self-contained story, you stupid motherfuckers. Now, it's a completely unique movie. Wakanda, the set piece itself makes it look great, along with literally having an entirely dark-skinned black cast, and with the accents, which the strength of the Black Panther jokes were the funniest shit on Twitter for like solid 2 weeks. I am dead ass. I don't know how many times and how many different spellings I saw the strength of the Black Panther will be stripped away. Funniest shit I saw on Twitter for 2 weeks straight, right? But you got entities like BET doing a Black Conda theme. The goofiest, corniest shit I have ever seen. Flat out. That has, like, Black Panther itself is a great movie, but that destroyed the feeling. That destroyed the mysticism behind the movie, Like, the feeling everybody got in the theater when we first saw that shit for the first time, fucking amazing. 2 months later, shit is gone. Fucking eradicated because niggas wanted to be goofy about it. Like, I get it. This is a big deal. Big fucking deal. A movie with damn near an entirely black cast did $1 billion at the box office. It's a fucking amazing feat. However, don't make this fucking corny and damn near unlikable. And that's what you motherfuckers did.
Yeah. I was just about to say that, like, I don't want any words on here to be construed as me or Henny saying, like, you can't have pride in a black movie. You can't have pride in black culture. You can't have pride in African culture making it onto the big screen. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is you can be proud, but at the same time, you don't have to, like, I don't know, run it into the ground. Like, you have to, people have to learn how to just let stuff be great.
Yeah,
like,
and I think
be excited for it. Just let it be great on its own. You don't have to keep, pushing. So I just wanted to get that out the way before people get upset.
Yeah, I think part of that also is maybe that's just like the cynics in us. Like, I think maybe that's just us, part of us just being damaged from being on social media, because I kind of miss the days where I wasn't into films as much, so I didn't know not only just the process of making them, but like the impact of it later. Because like when I wasn't on Twitter, when I was watching these Marvel movies, I was like, oh my god, this is gas. Like I can't wait to get on all this corny stuff. And like, but now, being on Twitter, you're kind of oversaturated in all of the negativity and stuff you hate, that you just grow to not even have like an inch of patience for corniness anymore. And I think that's a symptom of it. And sometimes I have to like sit back and think, like, some of these people, they're not on Twitter like us. They probably don't see as much of it as we do. So when they post it, they think it's the first time it's ever been up there. And so, like, but still, it's still annoying. For me, since we are in that, we are in that oversaturation. So yeah, just like y'all said, I think there's a truth in everything that we've said here. But for me, it's still a great film.
Like,
it definitely is.
It's Marvel's most political movie to date, easily. Like the themes, the way it kind of highlights the resources that the hood lack, specifically Oakland. It uses as an example. The over policing, they really highlighted that really well. However, I can't take Sterling Brown serious as a thug. Can't do that shit. The nigga cries every time I see him on TV. But with T'Challa himself in the movie, you got to understand that between Civil War and Black Panther, they take place literally days apart. In Civil War, the nigga loses his father, then goes on, like, he damn near loses his mind going after Winter Soldier. He then has a come to Jesus moment at the end of Civil War, in which he takes in Bucky and Cap after almost killing Zemo. So days later, his dad's dead. And he realized he has a hidden cousin who his father fucking abandoned in Oakland by himself 2 decades before. He then meets this nigga and tells him, yo, the only reason I'm not killing you is because I know who you are. He flat out said that, meaning I'm not killing you because you're my cousin and I just been through some shit, nigga. I'm not trying to kill no more family. So they go to the challenge, right? And then I rewatched the movie a couple months ago and kind of, I don't know what it is now, but with all MCU movies, when I watch it again, I kind of go through it with a critique's mind. So I go through and critique this shit, and you can see clearly in the fight that he's not trying to kill this nigga. Like, every opening he had in the fight, I think the first one was one, he like just sliced someone's fucking calf or some shit, right? He was like, yield. Like, I'm not trying to kill you, bro. I'm not trying to fuck you up. He wants peace. Like, he just lost his father. He just wants his family to be okay. So that happens. And then he gets his shit sent to God by his cousin. And I don't think he realized till that moment where he was falling off the fucking waterfall that this nigga really wants to fuck you up, bro. Like, he don't care about family. So after he literally almost dies, then he's like, all right, now I gotta kill this nigga shit. So he comes back, fights the whole border tribe, and then caps this nigga. Not to mention, he almost lost the man-ape, but you also have to understand that when they do this movie, you have to realize that the threats he faced in Wakanda are so unique to that. So no matter what they are, they're still challenging to him. It's not like going into the Western world when all them niggas do is box. Like, Man-Ape is a big, powerful motherfucker. He doesn't fight the exact same way that Winter Soldier or Cap would. Like, they're more of like very special martial artists, and Man-Ape is a big black nigga who can take some fucking beatings, and he had to choke the nigga out and almost throw him off a waterfall to beat him or to get him to yield. So you can tell in the movie he has an aversion to killing the whole movie. And then you get to the end, he finally kills him, and then everything's cool. And then in Infinity War, you had that really cool moment where they're charging on the Outriders or the fucking, whatever the fuck the creature's called, Thanos' creatures. And you have that really cool moment with Captain America and T'Challa running in front of everybody and proceeding to drop kick all the fucking creatures. So it's different. I'm not even mad at it. I'm really not mad at him not being as cool as he was in Black Panther that he was in Winter Soldier, because you also got to realize the movie wasn't just about him. He has this amazing cast of colorful characters, from Shuri to Wakabi to Okoye, Ramonda. Like this incredible cast. I think one of the biggest kind of critiques, which I don't think is critique, that the side characters outshine T'Challa, and that's not a bad thing. They're supposed to do their fucking part, along with T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman, who did a great job as T'Challa. The only thing I would probably ask more for is to show off his intelligence, but they're kind of doing that with Shuri because to get her some shine. Like she's now confirmed as the smartest character in the MCU. So I think that's really cool. That's pretty much my diatribe about Black Panther. It's still a great movie, probably top 3. I'm not sure I would put it top 1 because like as more as I watch it, it's hard to compare to Winter Soldier only because Winter Soldier is kind of like a political thriller. And it's like, it's one of the most unique ones because that genre isn't as popping as it used to be. And I just really enjoyed the movie, man. And it's great to kind of pick it apart with everybody as long as you're not being fucking irrational about it.
Right.
All right. That's all we got for this week. Anybody got anything else to say?
Did we have any fan questions? No? We good?
Unfortunately.
No. People don't like us.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask some other people then.
We'll get there eventually. Don't worry about it.
All right.
We're working on it.
But hey, this is your boy Black Ice 392, aka X. You already know the deal. Please don't judge me for my tweets. You know you laughed anyway. Go ahead and take it away to my co-host Ash.
Nigga, is that like your catchphrase? Don't judge me for my tweets.
I've been saying it.
Yeah, everyone's judging it. Trust me.
You are the most head ass, corny ass.
Facts.
Just lunch lady arm having that.
Wow.
This is Ash's outro.
Crystal back sweat having that. I'm Ash the Stampede. Don't follow me. Because I'm
mentally
probably
well individual, as you can see.
Obviously. I mean, hey, no, let me take that back. If you manage to survive the Twitter rapture of 2018, follow me. Please do. I want to know that y'all are alive out there. I appreciate it.
Okay. This church at Coffin Board God. My account's great. Way better than these two. I promise you that. You'll like my tweets. That's just not true at all.
He's very anti-black.
I just don't like y'all.
Wow. He will slander niggas at any given chance. He hates you. He's Bill Cosby with black people.
Oh,
he wants all of you to pull up your pants and to respect your pants. He hates niggas.
Turn the music down.
Nah, turn that up. Wow, Ash letting the Slender Guinea out for everybody.
Let's go.
All right, man. This has been episode 6 of Looking Glass. We appreciate y'all fucking with us. We'll see y'all next week. Hopefully something big happens.
Bye.
You only get one life to live, so fuck it, I'ma live it. Get the hose, get the smoke, get the drink. Blow a O, take a shot, roll a tree. Want this lifestyle, come fuck with me. Now rotate, rotate, rotate. Get the hose, get the smoke, get the drink. Blow a O, take a shot, roll a tree. Want this lifestyle, come fuck with me. Now rotate, rotate, rotate.
Yeah, pulled up to the function, blunt in my left field, joint in the right one, bands on my face, eyes low, I've been higher than private planes, cranes, we kicking it like Luke Kane. Ooh, a little laid back right now, but I see a bottle of Henny, my nigga brought the crown.